Hello everyone, and welcome back to Voxel Tales. Dan here, outside the inn. I've just checked on our purple patient upstairs, and despite his vitals being stable, he's still not waking up. Kate says there's not much more we can do besides wait, so I guess that's that. Anyway, this time, I at least want to start addressing the market I built a few episodes ago. Right now, it's empty because we have no traders. And let's be honest, who's going to want to come and be a trader in a village that's basically just an inn and a flower shop? I mean, there's no proper roads anywhere. Or any real infrastructure at all to speak of.
Oh, people!
Shut up, we're supposed to be keeping that quiet. You know what, what's the point? He's right, they're all gone. See? Gone. Gone. All gone. And it's not even pillagers kidnapping him this time either. Nope. Tom told us when we first arrived that Podnik was dying. And while I've tried my best to make things better around here, fact is, they haven't gotten better. They've just progressively gotten worse. And yeah, slowly but surely everyone's moved on. Even Iris is gone. Well, she says she's gone to stay with her parents for a while. But let's be honest, she can't run a flower shop in a village with nobody in it. It's Tom I feel the worst for. I said I'd hang around and do some landscaping, and I've uprooted the entire place. He probably wishes he'd just fined me for building the shed without permission and then asked me to move on. Now he's just the mayor of a village whose only residents are a madman and a comatose purple wolfman thing.
Is that all your fault, mate? You can't blame your son for everything.
Things must have got bad if you're being supportive. Anyway, I need to recharge my shovel and try and fix this mess I've made. Once my tools were back in good condition, I got back to doing what I do best. Tearing things apart. Trouble is, the same thing has happened this week that happened when I was working on the cemetery. I get a lot of stuff done, but from a turning this into a video perspective, it's pretty boring to watch. Thankfully, I had the wherewithal to turn on replay mod this time, so I can at least speed through it from different angles. So from a purely selfish perspective, it's good in a way that the villagers aren't here. I've wanted to bulldoze these houses for a while so I can run a proper road down to the castle. I'd always planned to build them all better, more functional houses that had more to them than just a bed and 4 walls. But just try explaining that to a bunch of people who see you as the crazy bloke that's always flying around on a jetpack or building weird machines. Anyway, once the buildings were down, I started the long and always super exciting business of clearing and shaping the landscape. Of course, building a road down towards the castle isn't exactly what you can call a plan, so if it looks like I have no idea what I'm doing, it's because I don't.
That's how it works around here. We just do stuff and hope it all comes together and end. To be fair, mind, it comes together more often than it don't if I've learned out since I started hanging about.
Hanging about? You're a voice in my head, you don't hang about.
Aye. Voice in your head, that's me.
You know, the fact that I run around talking to you, and the audience for that matter, probably doesn't do my reputation for being bananas any good. It's not like I can point to my ear and pretend I'm on a call. I've not got Bluetooth around here. Dragons and monsters, obviously, but not Bluetooth. That'd be mental. Here I'm laying out the foundations for whatever building ends up going on this side of the square. A restaurant, maybe. Ooh, maybe a classic English fish and chip shop. A mock Tudor ye olde fish and chip shop. You know, I honestly think that once we've got some more roads and better houses put in, we'll start seeing people moving back to the village. And this time, there's going to be more of a focus on safety. I think one of the big reasons we've seen this mass exodus is that people just don't feel safe around here. We had proper guards and golems at one point, but the constant stream of monsters and pillagers around here has just whittled them down to nothing, and I can't be here all the time to drive them away. It's going to do the place a world of good to get this land evened out. I'm not trying to flatten everything so it's all on one level or anything. Height variation's important for creating proper sightlines, but realistically you don't expect to have streets with massive hills slap bang in the middle either. And the sad fact is that until you get things laid out and in position, there's gonna be this period where everything looks a bit pants. It's unavoidable really, but it's not like I plan on leaving everything as it is once the buildings are in. The plan has always been to replant trees and foliage, and Iris will make a fortune in flower sales when the time comes. Oh yeah, I forgot this wandering trader came through after I let the animals out for a bit. He didn't have a lot I was interested in buying, to be honest. I think I got a couple more hermit heads from what I remember. He did have a ton of micro blocks as well, but I didn't have time to be gathering all the full-size blocks I needed to trade for them. Now well, next time. Once I'd got this bit of path in, and filled in the rest of this area, I zipped over to the warehouse to grab the schematic cannon and table, because the next step in the plan for today was to get one of those houses I mentioned built and in position. And this is what it's going to look like. Obviously I need to position it better. I'm thinking like this. The back garden will back onto the back side of the square and the front will be facing onto the opposite street. Right, I better go get the stuff collected and we can get it built. There we go guys, an entire house in a chest. Alright schematic cannon, do your thing. Well, there it is, everybody. My name's Dan, and I'll be your real estate agent today. Let me show you around. Stepping through the front door, your eyes will immediately be drawn to the provided fitted kitchen, complete with fridge and stove. Speaking of stove, you get a built-in furnace for heat. Other than that, you get a decent amount of space for whatever furniture you want to put in. I'm not providing that, obviously. Moving upstairs, you've got a 3-piece bathroom. It's not massive, but none of the old houses even had one, so there you go. And we've got 2 decent-sized bedrooms as well. Plenty of space for a family, or one of those rooms could very easily be an office. Overall, I'd say they're a marked improvement over what was here before, and should go a long way to enticing people back to the village. Anyway, back to landscaping. I'll tell you something else as well. If people don't start moving back in after all this work, I'm going to build Tom a house anywhere he wants, and then run a track through the village. I'll just turn the whole thing into a model railway. No, I wouldn't do that. I promised York I'd do my best to look after everyone. Worst comes to worst, I'll tidy everything up, hand it all over to Tom, and just move on. Jeff might have woken up by then. He might want to go adventuring with me, and the village can get back to how it was before I rocked up. Maybe those dark times York mentioned won't even come around if I'm not here causing havoc. Anyway, right now I reckon we just focus on getting another one of those houses built. I'll probably have to design another variation on this house so we don't end up with everything looking the same. Nobody wants a load of samey builds now, do they? Decided I might as well get some more road laid while the schematic cannon was going. And finally clean up the front of the inn. It's only been, what, 8 weeks since I put the kitchens in? And we'll finish this time-lapse-a-thon with some more landscaping. Like I said at the start, it feels like I accomplished a lot this week, but unless I'm very much mistaken, it's mostly stuff you wouldn't want to watch me doing anything close to real time. Anyway, that's it for this one. Next time we reach episode 50 of our silly little show, if you can believe that. I can't, if I'm honest. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, then you know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you aren't already. It all helps out. I've been Dan. This has been Voxel Tales. And until next time, remember, be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye, guys.